To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks.
Yo, everyday superpower. We talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. We're going to continue onwards in our exploration on this video entitled Blind Dating a Famous Comedian. Alright, so if you want to know where we're at from here, there will be a link to the playlist down in the comment section of this video. We've just only got into a freeze frame here, as actioned by myself, so thank you very much. I'm a professional videographer, and we've gotten into the women. So if you want to hear my first initial impressions, check that out. Let's jump in, shall we? Well, you know, what do you think looking at this bunch of girls, right? So, right hand side, red flag. She's absolutely covered in tattoos. I mean, what are you hiding from? What are you masking from? What are you protecting yourself from? It's a symbolic shield of armor. And don't get me wrong, the majority of people in this day and age do have tattoos. I'm not against tattoos, but you have to see things as they are. Okay, what gives you the intention? What is your reason for having to cover yourself up like that, right? It's a mask of sorts, and you have to assess the individual and judge them appropriately. Moving onwards, go with the high boots. Okay, red flag. It's childlike. I'm after a little bit more maturity. Okay, obviously this girl in the middle of the back we discussed, who's licking out her fingers, and when I say disgust, I mean it in both ways. We discussed it in discussion, and I am genuinely quite disgusted by such a crass action. All right, that's like, you're gone already. I'm not even willing to converse with that individual. If I was the comedian guy, if I wanted to stir up a bit of drama, I'd say, what the fuck was that? No, I'm not bothered. We got Disney princess here, Asian girl up at the front. Maybe she's Mexican, I don't give a fuck, I'm ignorant as hell. Hiding one hand behind her body, accentuating her hips, okay, leaning into her hip, showcasing her waist to hip ratio, as that arguably is the most attractive dimension for a man, the most attractive ratio up and down the woman's whole body. Okay, we got this ginger girl here, which might be a bit of a sleeper, to be honest, if she doesn't share the same overt superficial qualities as the others, but it's amazing how plain Jane in this crowd stands out so much as someone who might actually be the one worth taking, as they're not overtly toxic, for lack of better words. Black girl at the front seems okay at first glance. If you look at her face, she's squinting, so she's blocking out some degree of information. Open palm gesture is good. You can't really go wrong with that. Two girls mirroring on the left-hand side, flipping their hair. Movement attracts attention, right? This, you have to think, this is key to understanding a woman's inbuilt competition anxiety. So all these women are competing with each other for a comedian, when it's not really a comedian. It's an individual with status, it's an individual with money in the bank, it's an individual with direction, it's an individual who has been chosen to be on this YouTube channel with a 2.81 million subscribers. It's not about the fact he's funny. Anybody is funny when they have what you need. Your boss is funny, and their shit jokes are going to make you smile because you are in submissive and subservient position in order to have them give you what they want and perceive you in the manner as to which you need to be perceived to get what you want. It's a very egocentric serving way, right? It's sales 101, right? You give them what they want as opposed to what you want. Let's go.
So what kind of guy are you guys looking for today?
Compassionate. No tattoos.
Right, let's pay attention here. This is odd.
So what kind of guy are you guys looking for today?
Compassionate, one says. Tall, says another lady. And tall is relative, so all you black pillars out there, yep, your height is most definitely ever so important, and the taller you are, hey, the better it is. There's no doubt about that. But when a girl says tall, it's always relative to her height. I mean, you can be like me, sub 6 foot, believe it or not. And as long as the girl is to some degree shorter than you, she will relate to you as tall. I mean, I've had girls call me short and this and that, but it's relative to what they believe 6 foot is. And what they believe 6 foot is probably 5'10", in all honesty, which I'm taller than, don't get me wrong. But we're going to go into a whole new situation there with how men lie about their heights, and what is perceived as 6 foot due to misinformation is probably fucking 5'9" in this day and age, you know what I mean? But she says tall. And one thing I want you to pay attention to as well, watch this.
No tattoos.
No tattoos, she says. These girls have seen who they're dating. Imagine if she said no tattoos and the guy was covered in tattoos. She likes men with tattoos because it reflects her deep-seated narcissism, her egocentricity, right? If that man does not have tattoos, it reflects on her problems. When she sees another man covered head to toe in tattoos, it reflects that the decisions she's made in life have been appropriate and right, because he reflects me. And he reflects the good decisions I've made. But she's clearly seen the guy beforehand, seen that he's got near to no tattoos, if not any tattoos. And so she boldly states that to put herself back into the competition, right? Do you see where I'm coming from? In desperation. Oh yeah, I like comedians. That's what I'm looking for, a comedian. Do you know? Girl over here at the end, opposite side of the spectrum, looks over in a degree of disbelief as what's just been said. Ginger girl looks over, both arms behind her, no jokes cracked. In a way, she could be verging on the alpha. These girls are very superficial.
Secure.
Kind, secure. What does secure mean? Emotionally secure, maybe? Financially secure? Definitely both, but financially secure and the resource is probably a little more important.
Not a narcissist.
Not a narcissist, the narcissist says as she garners attention.
Looking for today.
Compassionate. No tattoos.
And why do I say she's a narcissist without knowing her? Well, purely because it is a spectrum. You got narcissism on one way and you got empathy on the other way, right? And if you wake up on a morning and apply makeup to your face, there's some degree of narcissism, there's some degree of self-indulgence, there's some degree of performative masking that one needs to do before going out into the world. That's the way it is. Pay attention.
Secure. Not a narcissist.
Not a narcissist, she says as she points at the camera in aggression in some sort of pseudo-comedic way. This is so fake. All of these people are so fake. This is a horrible program. This does not show the realities of dating, just in case anybody knows. This is like a Hollywood-esque tryout reel where each and every one of these are desperately clinging onto the idea that they might be able to escalate their career in the social, on the online social media, you know, engagement train that this channel pedestalizes them to at 2.81 million views.
Nathan Fielder? I don't really care if you're a boy or a girl. If you can make me laugh.
She says, I don't really care if you're a boy or a girl. Watch the face.
Not a narcissist.
Nathan Fielder? I don't really care if you're a boy or a girl.
As she says girl, we see a look of contempt in her face. What's a look of contempt? You will see this in your day-to-day engagements with people. There's an asymmetry in the mouth. One side of the mouth raises upwards, whereas the other stays neutral, right? It's a look of contempt. It's a look of disdain. She does care if you're a girl. She's a liar. She's lying. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. Whatever. You don't get points for the whole bisexuality thing. Shut the fuck up. Girl at the furthest right looks down to the floor in disbelief of what she's hearing, eyes wide open so she can absorb the information.
If you can make me laugh, my panties are coming off.
Two thumbs up.
And that's like an attempt of marketing, right? So the more people you appeal to, the more chance you have of getting lucky, right? In a way, it could be desperation. Do you know the men who have got lay counts up to the sky and above because they only settle with people who will deal with them because they daren't approach or deal with people whom they feel valuable because it intimidates them? That's the same sort of situation, right? Let's keep moving.
Panties are coming off.
And what you say is this.
For a girl, if you
Watch.
make me laugh,
So, of course, the curling of the mouth during girl means that she hates that she's actually saying this.
my panties are coming off.
My panties are coming off. Nod of the head. Watch the girl at the front here. She covers her mouth in disbelief as what's being said. She doesn't think she should have said that. Why does she not think she should have said that? Because it's overt, it's crass. She's covering her mouth because her mirror neurons are kicking in, engaging with her being that individual and saying, oh shit, you shouldn't have said that. Young girl at the front. I mean, they're all young girls out there, but the girl at the front, the short girl, her eyes wide as open. She's having the time of her life here, engaging with such overt eccentricities with these girls, okay? Her eyes wide open, as we know. Eyes wide open absorbs information. Eyes closed or squinted or hidden blocks out information, right? Clapping, you can pay attention to the speeds of the clapping here in relation to support. Have you ever heard of a golf clap? It's when it's a necessity, but the energy is not there, right? Imagine if you just watched a theatrical performance and you think it's amazing. You don't stand up and go... What, you go up and the energy is booming. The energy needs to be expressed through one way or another. That is produced by higher movement, and such as the arousal of the brain induces higher blink rate. The clapping of the hand is somewhat symbolic of such. The girl black at the front claps slower than the people around her.
2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
As long as you're taller than me and you don't have tattoos and you're funny.
She keeps re-clarifying the no tattoos thing, right?
2 thumbs up.
Let's keep on moving. See you next time.